So comment, subscribe, dislike, or like. Check out the links in the descriptions for other of my sites, other activities that I'm involved in. A whole bunch of Facebook groups you can check out. I play multiple card games, so I do music among other things, so check out the links in the description. So this is my Bulma hit and win aggro deck. 1 copy of the leader. 4 lightning fast hit, 4 hit space time transcended, 4 ghost attack Super Saiyan 3 Gold Tanks, 4 Vegeta explain weakness, 4 Kaioken Goku, 4 Topo Righteous Aid, 4 Heroic Duel Videl, 4 Khalifa 10k Skillless, 4 E Supreme Kai, 4 Nappa Super Combo, 4 Testing that position, 4 Piccolo Jr. Descendant of the King, 4 Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. Saiyan Scions, and 1 copy of Goku Frieza Miraculous Conclusion. So this deck was incorporating 3 different things. Right, it's the lightning fast hit strategy, as well as the Gold Tanks 1 card OTK strategy. But we also brought back the Goku Jr. aggro strategy, the skillless aggro strategy. So definitely want to have this turn 1. So we can drop this, swing for 10, minus, marker off of it. Bring out 2 Khalifas, swing both Khalifas, so that right there will give you 3 damage to get you started. Obviously, you can swing with the leader, combo with something. Typically, you definitely want an Nappa in that situation, so she could be a 15k swinging points leader. So that way, there'd be 4 damage, and this could potentially swing for a 5th damage. So you want to at least on turn 1 try to do 3 to 4, maybe push it to 5 damage just with a Nappa and a Goku Saiyan Scion. But it does depend on the situation. You might get a Hidden Power Isa Supreme Kai Nappa play where you do at least 3 damage on turn 1. Any amount of damage is always good, but you always want to, get your opponent down to 2 so that we can finish them off with lightning fast hit, preferably as soon as turn 4. You could finish them off if your opponent has 1 life on turn 5 with Goku and Frieza. And then, of course, we have for turn 5, Ghost Attack Gold Tanks, because of the fact that he can make 3 tokens with 15k power, and if you have 4 or less cards in your hands, they get double strike as well as he gets double strike. So that's potential 8 damage just off of playing 1 card. But by the time you play this, your opponent should be at least at 2 life. But let's say they're at 4 life. All you need is 2 of your attacks to go through for game, right? So pretty simple, straightforward. The leader turns your Saiyan and Earthlings into blockers. So this will become a blocker after you use it to negate an attack. So you could potentially stop 2 attacks with this. Same goes for Nappa. It becomes a blocker once it hits the field. So you can combo it for free to out combo an attack, and then play it, and then you can use it to block Khalifas. They'll become blockers as well. You could do an engine. There's some gameplay of this deck that I just uploaded, so you could go check it out and see some of these cards in action. See how quickly this deck does damage. There was a scenario where I misplayed this card and forgot to do his +1 ability, which would have been a better play. It's +1 ability, because typically I just play it for 1 energy and -1, but I forgot. It's like, no, I want a +1, so it has 2 markers, and then next turn -1 to bring back the Khalifas and use them to block. That way I have a engine. That way 1 turn I +1, right? Make it strong, make it a 15k, because I can apply pressure. But then after that, -1 to bring back the Khalifas, to use them to block, and just keep doing that every other turn. So it's a reusable blocker engine, but I misplayed that in that situation. The leader draws a card on the front side once per turn. It draws 2 cards on the awakened side. Combine that with Piccolo Jr. Then draw 2 on the front and 3 on the back. You have those in play. You typically want to wait until you want to save your awaken ability, untap 2 energy for your lightning fast hit combo. Typically, you want to combo this off to get it into the drop. So I tend to combo this with the leader, so I can make the leader a little bit stronger. Obviously, to try to deal damage and get this in the drop, ready for space-time transcendence. The way you play this is, 4 energy. You use 3 of them to play this, which means you have 1 energy up, untap, awaken the leader, untap 2 energy, so that way you're back at 3 energy, and then use the 3 energy for his active main, and then you can evolve lightning fast hit on top of him from your drop or barrier. And then when you evolve lightning fast hit, you deal 2 damage to your opponent, which is why you want to get him down to 2 and just then play this to finish them off. He is a double strike, so you could take advantage of that in case your opponent still has life. In case they're at 3, you play this, deal them 2, and they only have 1 life left. You can try to go in for game with a fast hit attack and just dump your hand into the attack. So that's an option. We have Vegeta and Goku for board wiping. Vegeta, you could say use my opponent's turn to board wipe on your opponent's turn, especially after they tapped out. And then he'll become a blocker, and he'll give your leader 5k boost for the duration of the turn, so further protect you on your opponent's turn, so it can help you get an extra turn, which is always the goal. You always want to get to at least turn 4 for the lightning fast hit combo, or at least turn 5 for your Goku or your Gotenks to go for game with them. And Topo helps with that. Videl can help in testing opposition. These cards can help you block attacks, multiple attacks, so you can try to survive your turn to try to get to your kill turn, which is always the goal. He's Supreme kind just helps you get that early game damage and turn anything into a finisher. Like you could swing with a Topo, He's Supreme Kai, right? So it'd be a 30k double strike and then dump your hand into its attack and go for game. So gotta look at the options. Piccolo Jr. we mainly use it for its +1 ability to draw, plus it's a 15k body. Essentially it replaces the leader, power wise, because even when the leader is awakened it's not that strong. So this makes up for it. So a lot of times I'll play this +1 obviously to draw along with the leader's effect, and then just be swinging mainly with this, because sometimes I can't swing with the leader because that means I will have to combo, and that's a waste of hand resources, especially if I'm going against hand control. Comboing is always bad in that type of situation, because you're just further helping them with their hand destruction effects. And this could also be used with his -2 ability to do a board wipe ability. And then we, like I said, Goku and Frieza have the active main. We can move this card from the game to burn your opponent for 1 damage. So if you get them down to 1, you can just play this and burn them. But it is a 40k with dual attack, so you could potentially do 2 damage with it and burn your opponent for 1. I was actually in a situation where I was able to do that. More so, obviously, my opponent allowed me. You'll see that in the gameplay more. It's more so that he let me do it, but you get the idea. It's like swang with it. Opponent was at 4 life, swang with it twice, dealt them 2 damage, removed it from play, dealt 1 damage. They were down. They were down to 1. But there's that, and that's the end of the video.